Welcome to Comic Power. I am your host, Comic Killer 72. Today's segment is called Character Study. This is the show where I pick one specific character and break down their origin and background and key issues to get for the comics. Today's character study is Legion. Legion is an obscure character from the X-Men universe. He's getting his own TV show. It will be Fox Entertainment's first Mutant Television show. On the show, the lead role will be played by Dan Stevens. He's a British actor that's not very well known in America yet, and the show debuts on February 8th on FX, which is Fox's cable network. You've probably seen ads and promotions for this show, and you had no idea what a Legion is, so I'm going to explain it. Legion is a ridiculously overpowered mutant who made his debut in New Mutants number 25. He is the son of Professor X, and Charles never knew about this. I'll explain later. Legion is also a Omega level mutant, and get this, he has split personalities of over 200 different personalities, all controlling a different mutant power. Okay, now we have to explain what Omega means. If you're a mutant at Omega level, that means you have vast control over matter and energy. That would include people such as Jean Grey, Iceman, Vulcan, Kid Omega, Franklin Richards, and maybe Storm. At most, you might have about 10 Omegas. So Legion has at least 200 different split personalities, all which may be Omega level, which makes him extremely dangerous because he's mentally unstable. So here's his origin. Charles Xavier a long time ago went to Israel and he met a woman named Gabrielle Haller at a mental facility. They had an affair and she got pregnant and Charles left, but he didn't know about it and she didn't even tell him. Gabby gave birth to a son named David, who would later become Legion. David Haller. Gabby would later become a diplomat for the country of Israel, and while their family was living in France, they were the victims of a terrorist attack. Gabby wasn't there, but David was there with his stepfather. His stepfather was killed. During this ordeal, young David's mutant powers manifested themselves for the first time, and he literally melted the brains of all the terrorists. But wait, that's not it. He absorbed the consciousness of all of the terrorists that he just killed, including the terrorist leader going by the name of Jamal Kamari. This whole event sent young David Haller into a catatonic shock. So to treat him, he was sent to Mur Allen in the hands of Moira McTaggart. And this is where things really started to get weird. Although catatonic, all of his multiple personalities start to manifest themselves. Now, remember, the terrorist leader's consciousness is still in this kid. So Kamari uses the telepathic abilities within Legion to reintegrate him with the multiple personalities into Dave's core personality. However, two of these personalities were too strong and were non-compliant. That included Jack Wayne, a swashbuckling mustache adventurer, and Cindy, a bratty little girl with a bad temper. Now remember, all this is going on within the mind and consciousness of young David Haller. So naturally, they call in Professor X for his help. He shows up, he doesn't even know that Legion is his son, and they go in to try to help him, and at the end of the day, they're able to get him somewhat stable, but Cindy and Jack Wayne are still out there. As you can see, this is a very weird story, so this is just a short version of it. This character was created by Chris Claremont. Of course it's Claremont. Who else would think of this type of crazy stuff? To come up with something so insane, Chris needs to get his mental health checked in real life. Look at Legion's power set: telepathy, telekinesis, pyrokinesis, time travel, teleportation. And that's just the short end of the stick. And each one of his split personalities has one of these specific powers. Like I said before, batshit crazy. On the surface, this sounds like it's too crazy to make a television show out of this, especially since they had to link all the continuity together with the main X-Men in the movies. So smartly, they have decided to simplify the origin. They're going to introduce the David Haller character already in his late 20s and confined to a mental institution. His powers are latent but have not yet manifested, so people just think he's crazy, and so does he. So the TV show introduces a character that is not in the comics called Sid Barrett, which will be played by Rachel Keller in the show. She falls in love with him and his powers start to manifest themselves for the first time. They decide to make a run for it and escape the mental institution. If the name Syd Barrett sounds familiar to you, it should. The character's name is lifted from Roger Syd Barrett, the founder of Pink Floyd and their chief songwriter in the early days. The rumor is he had a bad acid trip. What is sure is that he's suffering from mental illness and he has not been seen in the public for nearly 40 years. Based on the nature of this television show, I'm not quite sure if this is a homage to Syd or if it's distasteful. Let me know in the comments what you think. So a question might be, are the X-Men going to show up in this television show? I say no, and there's two reasons why. Number one, movie stars normally don't appear on television, so it's usually in their contract, no television. And number two, you need to establish Legion and don't let these other A-list characters overshadow him because they're more well known to the public. Give the public a chance to see if they'll like this character or not. So what do you think? You think the show is for you? The show will be appearing on FX, Fox's cable channel. In terms of the comics for investing, you should be picking up New Mutants number 25, which is his first appearance in a cameo, New Mutants number 26, which is his first full appearance, and issue number 27 finalizes the Legion trilogy. He makes more appearances through the years, but for right now, these are the ones you need to concentrate on to get on board with the character and what he's all about. In closing, this is actually kind of strange because Fox and Marvel are working together on this project and they hate each other, so it has speculation and rumors about what did Fox give up to satisfy Marvel. Fox owns the movie rights but not television rights for Mutants, so Fox has to have Marvel's approval to do a television show with Mutants. So what did Fox do to make this happen? Did they give Marvel back the rights to the Fantastic Four? Who knows? Those are just rumors, but we don't know anything yet. Maybe by Comic-Con they'll tell us something. But for now, go ahead and check out Legion. I'll be watching it, and I think you should too. That concludes character study on Legion, the new Mutant television show on FX. If you have feedback or comments, put them in the comment section. Be sure to follow my blog at comicpower.net. On social media, follow me at facebook.com/comicpower.net and comicpower-universe.tumblr.com. And don't forget twitter.com/comicpowersub. I also sell comics on eBay at this link. This is Comic Killer 72 for Comic Power saying bye-bye. And don't forget to share this video, click on subscribe, give it a thumbs up, and tell everyone you know about this channel to help it grow. Thank you for your support.